Welcome to this weekend edition of POV Live, where we got a few things to talk about. And the first one is the most obvious thing I think that a lot of us have come around to. Just like Spotify, Meghan and Harry, well, mostly Meghan, because she's the con artist, more than Harry, really. Harry's just the spoiled prince tag along, right? Meghan scammed Netflix. Very obvious. So we got a few things here on the docket. The first one, and this is what I'm saying. Netflix got what it wanted from the two idiots before axing deal. Uh-huh. Are you sure? How you doing, Lizzie? How you doing, Sage? You know we love Sage. This is tough for me to believe, because what this means, if this is what they're claiming, right? What this means is that the Meghan and Harry documentary was worth $20 million. I mean, $100 million. That's what that means. Because everything else that we've seen Meghan do, everything, all of it, it's all been ass. And of course, Polo was Harry, but that was ass as well. So when you have a notion like this coming from the mainstream media, I think it's very, very interesting when you want to say that, because that's dangerous. That means that lie-filled propaganda just eight parts, and it was just that means that was $100 million. I'm having a hard time believing that, but okay, we'll run with it, right? It was recently, the two idiots, source claiming shelved. Okay, the projects must be shelved, which means meet me at the lake. And let's be honest here. Let's be honest, nobody, and I'm looking right at you when I say it, right? You and I both know nobody believed that movie was ever actually going to happen. Nobody. Like, when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, sure. If Meghan even thinks about doing this, she better fix it, and she better put herself in it if anyone's going to watch that crap, right? But no, everyone knew that wasn't going to happen. That it's going to be shelved. Productions, Archwell Productions hasn't even hired a director. The tipster claimed Netflix. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. This is it. The tipster claimed Netflix only really wanted the Sussexes documentary about their lives. Now, I have a hard time believing that. And the streamer got that early in the deal. That means that the lie-filled 8-part series or 6-part series, whatever it was, that whole thing was $100 million. Wow. You know, let's just give it some, I don't know. We'll give it a bone. We'll give it something. Let's say that. Okay. So then you're saying $100 million for that. Now, had these Netflix executives that made this deal, had they known what the actual documentary was going to be? I don't think so. I don't think there's any chance that the people at Netflix saw the documentary when they signed this deal, or they even knew. I think probably Meghan and Harry lied to them. How you doing? What's new? How's it going? Yeah, swass, just swass, sweaty ass. You know, I don't think the people at Netflix knew, and that's why I say scammed. Now, we do know the people at Spotify, they did. Bill Simmons, he came out and he said, yeah, they're grifters, man. Which basically, that's what that means to me, that Harry and Meghan are grifters. It's that they thought they were going to produce a lot more, not just 13 episodes. And I would say the exact same thing here. Lizzie B with the massive one gifted membership. Thank you so much, Lizzie B. I gotta use like the deep part of my voice now, because the other part's already hoarse. Yeah, you know what they say, right, about kids. Don't have kids. No, don't have kids. Don't let them cough in your face. Every time my son coughs in my face, I get sick and I lose my voice. This has happened like 5 times in the last year. Okay, the tipster claimed they only really wanted the documentary, which is tough to believe, but fine. And the streamer got that early in the deal. By this point, you would have thought they would have got a director on board and a cast. Yes, by this point, I think it's very easy to see that that was all fake. It was all a fraud. Like the Dior thing. Remember Dior and that Meghan was going to work with Dior? Never happened. Audible, Meghan was going to work with Audible Dior. And then I forgot who else. There was other brands where there was like PR back then because they're not doing what they do now. And Meghan was putting out stuff and putting out stuff and putting out stuff. Remember back then? She was really bad. Meghan was so bad calling all these journalists. And now Method Communications is like, yeah, they probably sat Meghan down and Method Communications told her, Meghan, we're going to stop this now. We're not going to allow you to leak to the press anymore. Now, she still has. We've seen it. She leaked to Page Six, the exclusive. Those are words out of her dirty Soho mouth. So it's still happening, but it's very, very less. The amount is very less. It's way less, excuse me. By this point, they thought it would have gotten a director. Not going to happen. Wasn't real. And when you make something for Netflix, it takes a long time to actually hit the streamer. Maybe. How you doing, Anna? Maybe. I guess. I think that things like this happen quickly, and especially with someone like Meghan, we would know. If a director was hired, she'd tell Page Six. If a producer was making stuff happen, she'd tell People Magazine, right? If a lead actor was hired, there would be leaks everywhere. So I don't agree with that. I think that it just was fake. It has nothing to do with Netflix. These things happen all the time, that movies get made and movies get greenlit. It takes a long time for the streamer to hit the streamer. There's so much to do in post-production. Post-production what? It was a movie about a couple. And they had a car crash or something. Their parents had a car crash. It was about Meghan and Harry. That's what it is. Let's admit it. Come on, let's admit it. It was about Meghan and Harry. You don't have to try and lie to us, which is what they did. They tried to lie to us. They tried to tell us that. Remember when it started? First, the way that it goes for this entire story. Hold on, let me make this bigger. The way that it goes for this entire story is that Meghan came out and told the press that her and Harry bought it. Remember that? And then when everyone found out that the story itself, the Meet Me at the Lake story, that it was actually a story about them, that's when they switched it. And they're like, no, literally Meghan switched it from one day to the next. Remember? And then it said, no, Netflix bought it. Yeah, sure. Okay, then they did. Which this is the thing for me. I have no doubt in my mind, none whatsoever, that when it comes to that book, Meet Me at the Lake, Meghan read it because the woman is a fan of hers. We know that. All right. She read it and she was like, ooh, I want to do it. I love this book. Ooh. No, Meghan, the book is about you. That's why you liked it. That's the only reason. Because she's a narcissist. Oh, it's the worst thing. And what's even funnier is maybe it was some kind of deal. Because if Netflix paid for it and money exchanged hands and nothing ever happened, maybe it was like some kind of backroom deal. For real, that could be. You're talking about some serious conspiracy action right there. We could come up with some conspiracy. Watch, check it out quick. Netflix pays for the rights to that book, right? They pay for the rights. They pay that woman, but Meghan was behind that woman the whole time. So Meghan's getting that money. So technically Netflix is paying her and the money's going to Meghan. Boom. Conspiracy right there. That's how easy it is. And that sounds like it could be plausible. Meghan knew that woman. That woman wrote the book. Netflix paid her. The money goes to Meghan. Boom. Right? Simple cash in her pocket. You could totally see it happening. There's so much to do post-production. It's just a normal movie. If the deal is up this year, then when is this film going to be made? It's not. Let's be honest. Netflix got what they wanted out of the Sussexes. Their documentary. Okay. Okay. So you tell me in the chat, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Was the documentary, the 8-part series or 6-part series, do you think it was worth $100 million? Is that what Netflix did? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm trying to think here. Now, maybe they thought, that the content that Harry and Meghan were going to produce in the Netflix documentary was going to be better than what it was. Maybe they pitched it. Maybe Meghan and Harry pitched it to them. And that's why I titled this what I did. They scammed them essentially. They told Netflix, oh yeah, we're going to do this. Netflix, we're going to do this. We're going to get it. And it's going to be real. It's going to be real hardcore. And then Netflix gets the documentary and they watch it and they're like, what the hell is this? What is this? Okay, let's go into the chat for a little bit. Oh, hold on. We got all number 2s. Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah, exactly. Nobody thinks it was for that. Exactly. It can't be. It can't be because it was so ass. It can't be. Rumor is the British royal family orchestrated a biracial woman to marry the client, thought it would elevate them, and then got out of control. Monster was made. But, okay. Hold on. Okay. They hired her to marry the moron. I could see it. Yeah, because you want to get him out of your hair. I could see it. You know, and the thing about these kind of lies and stuff like that with the royal family, I don't know why there's a portion of the public that believes that the royal family wouldn't lie to them. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm American, right? And I'm used to my government lying to me. Sorry. It's the truth. We know that these politicians lie right to our face. We know that as Americans. It's kind of in our blood, right? So when you think about the people in Britain and how they believe everything that the royal family tells them, see? So when you have something like that, the rumor is the British royal family orchestrated a biracial woman to marry the client, to marry him so he wouldn't look like so he wouldn't look like so he wouldn't so he wouldn't look like something. I mean, so Harry wouldn't look like something. Let's face it. Oh, I could see that though. Hold on, let's go back to the. Oh, thank you so much for that. Yeah. Wait, where was that at? Somebody said get well soon. Yeah, thank you so much, Gina. Yeah, I was sick, but now we're already getting over it. But the voice is just kaput. But we're dealing. How's it going, Ginger? Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, let's see. Let's be honest. Okay, so that one is done. But hold on, I want to talk about this a little more. Let's see. Orchestrated a biracial woman to marry the client, thought it would elevate them. See, and that would be a lie, like a hardcore social experiment type thing. That's what that would be. Because like I was saying about being lied to, when you're talking about the royal family, the population, they believe that they're telling the truth. They believe the royal family. And we just don't. We don't believe our politicians. Yeah, I love the president, but hey, we know what's going on right now with all of that. We don't believe we don't believe what they tell us is the truth. So when it comes to that, hey man. Hey man. I could see them lying to, like, I could see the Freedom Flight. I could see that being fake. I really could. I could see the Freedom Flight being fake, and they came over here just because Harry wanted to get out. So they had to have some type of PR reason why he wasn't going to do his damn job. Because let's face it, that's the only reason he really left the royal family. He's a lazy ass and he doesn't want to work. Let's face it, right? I could see that. And then they come over here, and then that's why. Now, I had heard something from people commenting something about politics, where the two idiots were sent over here to mess with the election. Now, it's kind of funny if you were to be talking about that, because the election was lost in that department. We know that Meghan and Harry are for the left, and Obama and, Democrats. So then that would mean that they lost the election. Harry and Meghan didn't sway anything. I've heard that topic as well. I was thinking about that. And now that the election has passed and they're ready to get the hell out, they don't want anything to do with it. So they start hitting up the dad again, and they're going to get the connection back. See, like those kind of things where, like Kelly Bruner says, this could all be a friggin' ploy. It could all be fake. You got to remember that too. We're not privy to what these people do behind closed doors, right? And as Americans, we know that the elite people lie to the peasants, right? We know that as Americans. But the thing is, the British royal family their image is so noble and great that it's something like, hey, they wouldn't lie to people. I don't know. Like this is people in the royalists. No, hold on. Do we have any royalists in the chat? Can you tell us, do you think the British royal family would lie to you? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Can you let me know? Because we're talking about this and what this is. The British royal family orchestrated a biracial woman to marry the client. That means you're lying to the public, right? So can you tell us if you think they would? Now, as far as everyone goes, I don't know. Do you think, now we'll go for the whole chat, do you think that the royal family would lie to you? I don't see why they wouldn't if something like that was true. I think they would. I would think they would put on some type of facade. And I'm not accusing them. We're not making accusations. We're just saying, when you're talking about something like that is very, very believable, where Harry was always seen as this douchebag, right? A fun-loving uncle that was never actually going to be married or taken seriously. So then they hired this woman because she's a nobody on a television show, and they told her to, love him in public and do all these kind of things in public. We'll do everything else like that. See, these people are saying, okay, so I'm just making sure. 1 means yes, you do think they would lie to the peasants, us, because it's true, we're the peasants. 1 means yes, and 2 means no, and everyone is saying 1. Well, a lot of people are saying 1. Barry is saying no. Flower Hill saying no. How you doing, Flower? A lot of people are saying no. 1. Well, Harry and Meghan do have their hands in a lot of political pots for money. See? 2, 1, 1. See? And that is an interesting thing. Let me find that comment again. It's an interesting thing. They probably did want him to marry and move to Africa. Get the hell out, right? And I think that's a class thing, where you and I are down here, right? We're down here. We're the normals. We're the peasants. We're the peons. That's how they think of us. And these two idiots, they're up here. All right. Whether we like it or not, even if Meghan was a yacht girl or not, right? They're up here. So then you think about that. What else would they lie to the public about? What else have we seen politicians lie to the public about, right? Those kind of things. I'm going to end this segment off with this. I wouldn't put it past them to lie to the peasants, because I've accepted that there are 2 classes of people. And in the last 10 years, that's become glaring. And I'm talking it's so obvious. If someone out there is living their life and they still don't believe that there's rich people and elites and then the rest of us, well, I don't know why. I don't know why they don't see it yet, because it's so obvious right now. It is so obvious that we're being screwed and they don't care about us because we're the peasants. It really is. Oh, Lizzie B with the massive POV membership. Thank you so much, Lizzie B. We're going to leave that up there for a little bit. So we got this one next. The client may find it harder to transition than Meghan Markle after suffering setback. Now, I disagree with this, and for one simple reason, and I'll show it to you right now. I disagree with that absolutely, because the guy has already done it. Where's the thumbnail for it? It's coming up. The guy's already gone out and he's doing his stupid shit. Here it is, right here. This is it. Right there. That's it. He's already transitioned. This was right before the Netflix deal was announced. He's already done it. He knows what he's trying to be, and the guy doesn't belong there. We all know that. And that's why when people see that, when they see that photo, oh, he represents himself. He only represents himself. Okay, fine, then he does. Fine. But this is what he's doing. He wants to portray himself as someone that is a statesman, philanthropist. You know, you want me to show you a friggin' philanthropist? Hold on, let's make sure that this is off. Hold on. Stop screen. Watch, I'll show you exactly what Harry did over there while he was over there in Africa. Let's put it up right here. Projects. Dang it. I don't have it. Oh, hold on. This is the new one.
I've recently discovered that expressing your feelings in front of a camera, preferably with soft lighting to hide my boldness, is actually very healing. That's why I'm launching a new series where I talk about deep, life-changing questions like, why does nobody believe my wife's lies? And other very, very important topics to me, like why do people expect me to work or even shower in the morning? Like all that stuff is for poor people. I'm rich, I don't need to shower or work. This journey is about growth, about becoming the best version of me while also getting paid to do it. Some people say I've changed, but my wife says I've ascended emotionally and spiritually.
Yes, of course, Harry, you have. But yeah, so that's the brand new one from today. So going back to this, Harry's done it. You know, his little transition of whatever he's going to try to be, he's done it. He's trying to be and I emphasize that word, trying. He's trying to be. And this is why the idea of him, you know, he needs people to forget. He needs that. Because who's going to forget that Harry literally said, oh, we'll watch that one too. What my points that I was about to say. Look, the points I just had right here.
My father didn't hug me very much.
No, not this one. This one.
Okay, so we are going to do a full reset, even though I stabbed my family in the back. Just forget all that. Full reset. Full reset. Just forget that I did an interview with my toxic wife while my grandmother and grandfather were dying. Okay, forget all that. Full reset. Full reset. Just forget that I put out a novel where I detailed wanting to hit my father with a live drone while he was in his car. Full reset. Full reset. Just forget that I accused my family of being racist and then blamed that claim on the British press. Forget that. Full reset.
See? Like, you need some type of what's the thing from the Men in Black? You need one of those. Hold on, let me see what it's called. How much time we got? We got about 6 minutes left. The Men in Black memory thing. What's it called? Neuralizer. That's what it's called. It's called a neuralizer. You literally need a neuralizer to forget about this idiot and what he's doing. It's so stupid. So to even think that you can get people to forget, you know, he's going to try and transition. That's great. Harry's going to try. We're going to be here every step of the way, client. And Meghan Markle, after suffering setback, yeah, they failed. All right, she's plotting. I wanted to save this for last. You know, these will she, won't she things, they really get on my freaking nerves. They really, really do. Meghan Markle plotting a shock return to the UK to play Prince Harry trump card. Oh, Meghan is coming back to the UK. Okay. No, she's not. No. No. Now, in my opinion, right, it's so tough to believe that she would miss an opportunity like Invictus Games because we know what Invictus Games means to her, right? We know that it's her fashion show. We know that it's one of the things that she takes all the photos, gets all the press, one of her biggest events of the year, like Paris Fashion Week and that Devil Wears Prada movie, right? That's essentially what Invictus Games is for her. So while I do believe that it's so big to her, I just don't think she has it in her. She has the guts. I think she's afraid of the UK. I do. Now I can't pull up the video because obviously it's on a hold on, video of Meghan getting, if it's on YouTube, we can't watch it. See, it's on YouTube. But it's this one. Look, you can see it. You can see it. It's this one where they get booed. They were booed in front of everyone. They were booed. And this is what she fears right here. She is afraid that if she goes over there again, they will be booing her as soon as she steps off the plane. She is afraid of the UK. And this whole security thing, I think it's a joke. You know, he even tried to say security with, what do you call it, with the Angola visit. No, man. No. Even worse, you want to know what? The Angola thing for Meghan, there's nothing in it for her, right? Unless Harry was going to plan to have the photo with her. The Angola, if this would have happened, I'm going to show you exactly. Meghan, Halo Trust. Yeah, here we go. I think this is it. If Meghan would have gotten the photo, no, I think it's in my thing. If Meghan would have gotten, I can't find it. Oh well. If Meghan would have gotten the photo of right next to Harry with the vest on and all that stupid shit, all that stuff on his face, if she would have gotten a photo like that, she would have been down. She would have gone to Angola, but there was nothing in it for her over there. So of course she didn't care. Of course she didn't want to be seen in Africa. What am I going to go to Africa for if nothing is for me? Right? You get it? And it's so stupid that that's how she is. So that's why I'm saying, although she wouldn't miss a chance to make it about her. Yeah, I can't find it. Damn it. Although she wouldn't miss a chance to make it about her and to make the Invictus Games, oh, it's in England, she's afraid. She really is. Meghan's afraid of the UK. It's hilarious. She's planning a shock return in Kingdom 2 years' time. The royal family, no, she's not. UK government, taxpayer-funded security was axed. No. Harry has money, pay for it himself. The client is penciled in for a return in UK, July 2027. Frosty relationship with the rest of the royal family. Yeah, by her own fault. Why are you saying that as if it's they're saying that as if it's the royal family's fault? Oh, no. Decision to step away from duties. Yes, because he's a lazy ass. One royal expert predicted she will have to show face in Birmingham and will be scheming how to best benefit from this. Dick Fitzwilliams tells Express she will, of course, be expected to attend in Birmingham, and to do so would be public humiliation. I don't know about all that, but maybe. I just think that she would go over there and she'll be booed. A lot of those people, they're not going to be from like America. They're not going to be from America. They're not going to be from, they're going to be from England. And even then, I think a lot of the people in England will travel to Birmingham so they can go and boo her. They will. They absolutely will. All right, we got about 30 seconds left, so that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for coming Thank you so much for being here on this weekend edition of POV Live. We will catch you next time.